Hi everyone, this is Mr. Thomas. I'm your virtual instructor for Biology 1 for Okeechobee Virtual School. Welcome to an exciting new way of learning through Okeechobee Virtual School and virtual learning. This is me. This is a picture. This is my school picture from, a couple of years ago. I don't like it. My face looks like I've been bitten by a bee, so you won't be seeing that picture anymore. But just to give you an idea of who I am, that's me. A lot of you guys know me, and I'm really happy to have you in my class. Now to get rid of this picture. I'd like to welcome you to an exciting new way of learning. If you've never taken virtual classes before, this is going to be different. It's going to be something that you probably haven't really experienced, but it's not going to be bad. It's going to be a positive thing, and I want you to turn it into something positive. We're happy to have you at the Okeechobee Virtual School. I'm happy to have you in my virtual biology class. And throughout this year, I hope you learn to enjoy the idea of not having to get up at 5 in the morning to get ready for school, to not have to sit all day in a classroom and do things at the pace that the school has set for you. You get to, on a daily basis, choose when you are going to do work. If you want to work at 8 o'clock at night, you can. If you don't want to get up until 9 in the morning, that's between you and your parents, because in terms of virtual schooling, you get to set your schedule, and that's very attractive to a lot of young people. I'm going to help you through that, and we're going to be working on this class throughout the whole year, and I hope that you find that what I've set up for you is going to make it as easy as possible. A little bit of information about me real fast. I grew up in Okeechobee. I have a wife and 5 children that we're all just long-term residents of Okeechobee. I live out in Bassinger. I graduated high school from Okeechobee High School in 1987. Go Brahmins! And I immediately started attending college at Indian River State College. Now, I dragged my feet a little bit and took my time because I was also working 2 jobs. I've always worked 2 jobs. I still work 2 jobs. But I piddled away at college, and I finally graduated from Indian River State College in 1992 with a AA degree in psychology. I transferred that to UCF, where in 1997 I graduated with a bachelor's degree in psychology. I immediately started teaching biology at Okeechobee High School, and I've been doing that ever since. Now, this is my 24th year of teaching science for Okeechobee County Schools. I've taught biology, I've taught environmental science, I've taught chemistry, and I also work for the college, for Indian River State College, where I teach a class called Student Success and Computer Classes. So, and I teach those dual enrollment. So I've been teaching dual enrollment classes for Okeechobee High School for the past 4 years. Back in 2003, I decided to go back to college and get a master's degree in instructional technology from UCF. And in 2006, when I graduated with that degree, I started working for the college, teaching their instructional technology classes, most of which involves discussing how to instruct students virtually. So I've been doing a lot of work with virtual teaching for a long time. For the last 4 years, I've been a virtual instructor at Indian River State College, as well as face-to-face and other types of classes. But I've actually got a little bit of knowledge about virtual teaching. So that's why I say that I hope carrying you through this class and any help you need with any virtual instruction is going to be something I can do for you. That's also why I want you to know that this document that you see in front of you is my main source of connection between the two of us. We're going to be using all kinds of resources. Mainly we'll be using Edmentum, so you'll be logging into that in a few minutes. But also we're going to be using, the Department of Education. They have a lot of tutorials that I want you to go through. We'll be using YouTube videos, websites. You're going to be taking notes. I'm going to be providing those for you. And there's going to be, just lots that outside of Edmentum, so I don't want you to think of Edmentum as the place to go. I want you to think of this. This is a Google Sheet, and I'm going to be sharing this Google Sheet with you. If you haven't already gotten it, it'll be emailed to you shortly. Now, eventually, we're going to be sharing this through Schoology, but Schoology is being a little silly right now. So, right now, I'm just going to email it to you, and eventually you'll access it through Schoology. I'll tell you about that. Another thing, I'm just going to go down this thing in a list to talk to you about what's going on. The first thing I want to talk to you is that this class is Biology 1, Semester A, and this goes from August, basically today, through the middle of December. And I am going to be showing you, I don't know if you can see the bottom here, but along the bottom here there are tabs for the months, and I've planned August and actually a little bit of September, and I'm going to stay that far ahead of you. So all you have to do is, when I send you this this email, actually you should just be able to click this link constantly, and you'll see August through December on the bottom of this. That'll be Semester A, and then in January you'll get a whole new set for Semester B. I'm going to be providing these things to you in the form of links, and these links will take you right to what I would like for you to do. And essentially, if you'll just do what I ask you to do every day, you won't be behind, and you're going to be in great shape. Excuse me. At the beginning of every week, I'm going to be sending you a very quick video, nowhere near as long as the one you're watching now. I'm going to be sending you a very quick video that's going to talk you through the week. So this week, this is this video. It'll be here as a link, and we're going to talk you through it. It's a short week because we're not starting until Wednesday, August 19th, which I'm assuming is today. It depends on when you're watching it. We did not start school on Monday like everyone else because we've had a little bit of trouble with the virtual school. We've had a little bit of trouble with, not us, but our vendors such as Admentum and Schoology, who were not ready for class like they should have been. But so we've delayed the opening school until Wednesday. That's hopefully today for you. And as you can see, we're going to have a 3-day week. Now in this 3-day week, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things to do. Most of them are very quick and easy, but some of them might take you a little while. So we will be working in this class. This is not it's not something you can rifle through and be done with in a matter of an hour or so. It's going to take you a couple hours a day. Maybe not a couple hours a day every day in the week, but you are going to have to be spending some time on it to be successful. I was originally going to title this video How to Get an A in This Class, and I'd like for you to think of it this way. When I show you what I expect you to do, if you'll do that in the right timing, in the right order, you you should be able to get an A in this class. And that is my goal for you, is that everyone gets an A. I don't doubt that that's going to happen, but you know, and actually I can see here that I've originally decided to put that video here. This is probably going to be gone when you get this link. It'll be over here, just like every weekly video. So I actually only have 8 things to do this week after you watch this video. Go through day by day and say, today is the 19th, what does Mr. Thomas need me to do? And that's where you go do. Today I expect you to do 3 things. I'm going to ask you to go through the Plato student orientation. There's a syllabus for biology semester A, and watch this video. If you would like to get a head start on tomorrow, because today really isn't going to take that long, if you'd like to get a head start on tomorrow, there's tomorrow. You might want to do half of tomorrow today and the other half tomorrow. You're going to need to print out some guided notes, but also by Friday you need to complete the tutorial so that on Monday you can be ready for the mastery test. Now this brings up another question about timing. I do not open everything in the class. I open it week by week, so you will only be able to do 1 week's worth of work. Once you finish that week, you're done. Okay, and the next week starts on probably late Sunday night is when I'll open things up. And I will tell you this, I don't necessarily grade, I won't stop grading something until the following week, so you do have the entire week to get it done. I look at this class in terms of weeks, not in terms of days. So while I see this as potentially being a guide or suggested pace, it is up to you. However, the end of the week is Sunday night, and I do expect you to have everything done by that Sunday night, ready to go the next day for the next week. So let's take a real quick look at what I want you to do this week, and talk to you a little bit about getting into the various places in class. For instance, this is the Plato Student Orientation. When I click it, yep, we just click there, you'll see it opens up a new tab. You may have already done this. Every class you're taking with the virtual school, Edmentum sets this up, so it's the same thing. If you have not done it, then you need to watch 4 videos real fast. This will apply to all of your virtual school classes. If you have done this already, then you can skip this. You don't have to redo it, but very simply click video 1, Getting Oriented, video 2, the Learning Experience, video 3, Key to Success, and there's a courses guide. And these are things that you will need to have looked at, and you should really save a copy of this course guide, maybe print it out. I went through it fast, I know, but that's stuff for you to do at a later date. The next thing I'd like for you to do is take a look at the syllabus. So when you pull up the syllabus, this is going to talk about the entire semester. And I do want to take just a quick run through this with you. We're going to be talking about using the scientific method. We're going to be talking about chemistry and how atoms work to create molecules that help our bodies to work in all living things. We're going to be talking about how proteins carry and do critical functions in cells. We're going to explain the working of different body systems using models such as the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system. We're going to be talking about conducting experiments to look at some structures in the body and the effectiveness of enzymes, which are really cool little proteins. We're going to use a model to illustrate the role of mitosis and meiosis and how reproduction occurs. This is the one about sex. All right, we're going to make and defend a claim based on evidence that about genetic variations and genetic mutations. This is the one about evolution. We're going to develop genetic models to calculate the probability of expressed traits in a population over several generations. This is a lot to do with reproduction and sex, but this one is going to apply to, we're not just talking about humans, we're talking about all living things. And I may take you outside with my phone, and we may go look at my cows, and we may talk about how we use this type of knowledge to produce a better herd of cows. We're going to use statistics and probability to calculate how traits are passed from one generation to the next, similar to what we said here. But I may go out, like I said, I may go outside and use my cows, or we may go visit a farm somewhere. That's the cool thing about virtual school, is I can take my phone anywhere. So one day class, we might, and it won't be live, you can watch it when you want, but we may go out into the pasture. We're going to be you're going to be using processing software such as Microsoft Word or Google Docs, which is what I prefer. We're going to be using spreadsheet software such as the one I'm showing you over here. This is a spreadsheet. You're going to be performing online research using Google or whatever, and you're going to communicate with me through email, or we're not going to do discussion boards. You're going to have to email me or text me or call me or Zoom with me, whatever you need to contact me. This is half of the class, so this is semester A. It's a half credit course. At the end of by December, if you have completed everything properly, you'll get a grade that'll get you a half credit course. There is something to add to that. This class does have the EOC, and so we will be having the end of course exam in May, or I think May. And so as a result, this half credit that you get in December is also based on whether or not you pass the EOC, but we'll get you there. You're going to need a notebook, a 3-subject or a 5-subject notebook. You're going to need to have a good internet connection. You're going to need, I would encourage you to get headphones, but you're going to need something like speakers or headphones, probably a microphone in case you ever want to Zoom with me, although you can do that through your phone. Instead of using Microsoft Word, I'm hoping that you'll use the equivalent, which is Google Docs. Instead of using Excel, I'm hoping you'll use the equivalent, which is Google Sheets, and just basically the entire Google product, Google Office products, because that's coming for free on your Chromebook. You can get the AR the Edmentum Biology app on your phone if you like, if it helps you out. Some people like to have the Edmentum app running on their phone while they're doing other stuff on the Chromebook, and you'll figure it out. And of course, this applies to all of your classes. So these are things that you're going to need for basically every one of your classes. I'm creating a pacing guide for you. That's what this is going to be, but it also includes this stuff here. So there's a little bit of a different pacing guide. I would encourage you to avoid looking at the day here, because over here on the left where it says days, yeah, we're going to go at ultimately we'll have the same pace, but we're going to go a little bit different. We may go faster in some and slower in the other, but we should go in this order. So if you'd like to see what we're going to be doing for the whole year, you can just kind of scan through here and see. As you can see, we're going to start out with an intro to biology, then we're going to move into cells, then we're going to do unit 2, which is organ systems. So we're going to talk about the nervous system, the muscular system, the respiratory, the things like that. Then we're going to move, we're going to talk about the human reproductive system. Notice that unit 3 is on heredity, and that ends the semester. So we're only doing 3 units in semester 1. Notice that each unit ends with a post-test, and I'm going to go back and show that to you in just a second. This is the syllabus. You are welcome to print that out and keep it available. Okay. Skip this video. I'm going to take you into Edmentum, and you can open up Edmentum on your own, or you can use these links. And we're going to go ahead and go into that in just a second. I want you to look at some other things that I have on this page. For every unit, this is where it says pretest unit 1 cells. This is the goal for each subunit. So you're going to be reading these goals, and I would encourage you to make sure that you understand what I'm trying to get you to do by reading these goals. So the assignment list is here. There's a lesson objective here. If you're interested in what Sunshine State standard we're using, it's there. I actually think it would help you if you went to look at that standard. But then over here on the right, I've added enrichment assignments. These assignments are not to be handed in. They're just to help you get through the class. Now you're probably thinking, oh, well, I'm never going to do those. That's fine, that's up to you. But remember, this is how to get an A in virtual biology. And I would strongly encourage you to take a few minutes to look at these. If you have gone through here and you've done well on this and you're like, okay, I got this, run over here real fast and take a quick look at these tutorials. There's not much to them. Just, it takes about 30 minutes, maybe even 15 on some cases, and go through them and add a little bit to your knowledge. Maybe fill in some of those gaps that you have. I will tell you that these are the enrichment assignments. They're going to be remediation assignments that I'm going to assign individually based on your performance throughout the unit. Okay, but these are the enrichment assignments. I would encourage you to do them. I think you might find them interesting. So we're going to go into Edmentum by clicking here, and when you get there, it's going to ask you to log in. If it asks you to log in, just use this little Google bar here, the little Google button, and it will take you into the class. Now this may change, but right now this is how we're expected to get into class. And I use 2 accounts on Google for this computer, so it's asking me which one I want to use, and click it again. I guess you have to double click it sometimes. I'm going in with my school account. Now this is a pretty big test. It's a pre-test. It's going to have 24 questions. You're going to have to go through and answer all 24. Do yourself a favor, and I think I'm giving you the answer on the first one. So as you go through, please take your time. Please answer these as well as you can. This is a pretest, so no, I haven't taught you any of this yet, but let's see where you are. Go through and do all 24 questions, and when you're done, make sure you hit submit. Across the top, there is there's some stuff you may want to use. There's a summary. There are reader tools. I don't know why you'd ever want to print it, but whatever. If it helps you to print it and work on it as this paper in front of you and then go put the answers in, you're welcome to do that. There's some tools here that I thought you might like. There is a way to have it read to you. You can highlight it, and I think you can even draw on it with a pencil if you like. I don't know what info is. Okay, just a little bit of info. If you have an issue, you can report it, and when you're done and get to the end, I'm assuming it shuts it down for you. That's what I want you to do today. After we get through this video, is I want you to take this test on cells. Okay? And that'll be the end of it, because this, remember, this isn't going to be there. You're watching this video now. I'm sorry, that's tomorrow. That's not today, that's tomorrow. That's to be done on Thursday, August 20th. My bad. So you're gonna do the pre-test on Unit 1 cells. If you want to jump on that today, you can get a little bit of a head start. Then we're going to go into the tutorial by clicking here. We'll go to the tutorial. Should already be logged in. Once this comes up, you're going to see a couple of things. Here's a 19-second introductory video. You can watch it. There's no information in it. It's just kind of interesting to see. You can watch it or you can skip past it. Before you skip past it, I want you to look over here on the left. By clicking here, there's a table of contents, and this will be on every single tutorial. You'll see you can click through this way if you like to see what's coming up. A couple of things here. These guided notes I have actually added somewhere else for you. I would like for you to print them out and use them as you go through each tutorial. Sometimes there's guided notes here, sometimes not, but there will always be guided notes back over here. And in fact, that's the very next thing. So I would like for you to click on these and open them up and print them. It's 5 pages. They do not need to be printed in color, but I'd like for you to print them out and fill them out as you go through this first tutorial. This is an assignment. This will be collected in about 2 weeks along with other things, so they'll need to be completely finished and filled out, and it will be a significant portion of your homework grade. So print this out and have it ready as you go through the tutorial. Now as you go through the tutorial, I'm going to come back over here. There's more things. There's a glossary, very helpful glossary actually. Lots of information here, so if you don't know a term, you can come over here and look it up. You do not need to write these down. You do not need to print this out. You can. I think it'd be very smart, but you don't need to print these out. They're always available to you. So if there's a term that's being used that you don't know what it is, you can look it up right there. You don't have to look it up here. You can Google it on your own. But this is a very good glossary, and I would encourage you to use it. Moving down, there's a dictionary, so you can look up any words that aren't in the glossary. Here's something you may like. There is going to be an ability to have this read to you, and some of you do very well with this. Some of you find this very annoying, so it's up to you. But you're very welcome to use the reading tools, and I'll probably show you an example of that as we go through here a little bit. If you prefer a different language, you can have this read to you in a different language. I'm sorry, not read to you, my bad. But this is a translation page. If you see a word that you don't understand, or maybe even a phrase, you can put it in here and it will translate it to another language for you. And if you're a speaker of another language, I would encourage you to use this. There's a calculator, a graph maker, and you can also highlight. So these are all the tools on the left. They're always here for all of your tutorials. The only thing that I've noticed is that some of the tutorials do not have the guided notes here, but don't get them from here anyways. Get them from the assigned page. Okay, so here we are. We're all set up. We are ready. You've got your notes. You've got your guided notes printed out, ready to go, and you've pulled this up. So we go from page to page. Now this does say 42 pages, but they're very short. So this is like not even really like a full chapter in a book, but it's better than a textbook chapter because it has videos and other things in it. As we go into the very next page, you can see, even though there's 42, this is another page. So we're already on page 2 and we really haven't done much. And even page 3, the objective is, just another page. And we're already on page 4 before we get, page 5, before we get into any real information. So if you see 42 pages over here, don't freak out. That doesn't mean you're going to be going through 42 long pages of information. In fact, I'm a little concerned that some of these things do not have much information. The very first, one of the things, there's a warm-up question. There's the answer already because I'm logged in as a teacher. But as you go through, you're going to be dealing with this kind of stuff. You can have this read to you. I hope that it comes through on the speakers.
Warm-up. Select the correct answer. Scientific investigations begin by...
Yeah, we're not going to do all that, but you can have it read to you if you like, if that helps you out. Another thing is there are places in here where you're going to have to answer things. Please understand that this is another part, a major part of your grade. Do not come in here and type in IDK. Do not come in here and write a very short half sentence. Please use full and complete sentences, and I will be grading you on spelling and grammar. You may very well want to go out into Office and open up Google Doc, type your answer there, and use all of the little spelling and grammar tools in there before you copy it and paste it in here. But what I see here, what you see here and you submit, is going to be graded. Okay, they will show you a sample answer. Don't just copy and paste that answer. Use it to help you design your own answer. But you will be doing a little bit of writing, and that writing is going to be graded. As we continue through here, here's a 2-minute video that's going to help you out. Watch it. And here we actually get to some of the meat of the information, and this is where you're going to be adding information to your guided notes. Okay, you can save and exit your place by just clicking save and exit, and when you come back it should take you right back there. It should take you right back to this very single frame, and you should be able to finish out. So you don't have to do this all at once if you don't like, although I would encourage you to do that. Okay, when you are finished with this, that's the end of this assignment here. That's the end of that assignment. You should have completed that assignment too at the same time. That's all that you'll have to do for Thursday. Okay, if you like, and I would encourage you at some point to do this, there's a tutorial to help carry you through something that's valuable. It's a valuable part of this. All right, you actually have until Friday to get all of this completed, because when it says continue the tutorial, it just means finish this. So in case you haven't noticed, by this Friday I want you to have checked the new student orientation, or the Plato orientation. Okay, taking a look at the syllabus. We've already done that, so you really don't need to do it again. Take the pretest, go through the tutorial, and do the guided notes at the same time, and these two tutorials over here, and that is everything I'd like for you to do by this Friday. And then those are all open. There's a mastery test that we will do at the beginning of next week. I'll talk to you about it next week because this video is getting kind of long. So I'm going to wrap this up right now by giving you some things to do in terms of how to contact me, and that should finish it. This is good contact info for me. There's that picture again. I promise you won't have to see it again, but there it is. You can email me at the school, and I check that all the time. It goes to my phone and pretty much any computer I'm logged into. So that's a great way to contact me for stuff that's not immediate, not necessarily has to be done right now. Hey, Mr. Thomas, I handed in things, and just wanted to know if there's anything else you need for me to do. That's a great thing to email me. If you need something a little more immediate, the best way to contact me, because it's, you know, it's my text number. It goes to any computer I'm logged into. It goes to my cell phone. It even goes to my Kindle. So if you need something a little bit quicker, the best thing is just shoot me a text at 863-546-8208. It would be helpful if you would put your name on it. Hey, Mr. Thomas, this is Joe, and I have a question. It would also be helpful if you would put which class. I'm teaching 2 classes, so if you'd put, hey, Mr. Thomas, this is Joe from biology, just got a quick question, and then that way I can help you very quickly. I can do that while driving down the highway. Now, for my email, for my email and my cell phone, I'm probably only going to be available during office hours, and I don't have office hours yet. We were waiting to see when was going to be the best time, but I'm going to have office hours twice a day, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, and during those office hours I will be available to meet in Zoom, call on the phone, or anything else. But outside of office hours, if you need me, man, this is the best way. Just shoot me a quick little text, and I'll get back to you heck, even up till like 10 o'clock at night sometimes. So um, I would prefer that. You can call me on my cell phone. I will not always answer it depending on what's going on. I may be doing something else and I can't answer it right then, but I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. And then, as needed, we can Zoom. Now, to start with, I expect that some of you guys are going to want to Zoom with me a little while, and that's awesome because it'll be good to see you. But I do want to point out that this class is work at your own pace, and I'd like for you to try everything else you can to figure out how to complete assignments before you Zoom with me. If you're having trouble completing an assignment, make sure you read the instructions very carefully. The goal here is that we only Zoom as we absolutely have to. Now, this isn't a problem. You can Zoom with me whenever you want, but it's not, it's not supposed to be just, hey, Mr. Thomas, it's a pretty day outside. If you have a specific question, or if you're having struggling with a particular concept, then shoot me a Zoom or request a Zoom. We'll get together and I'll throw it up on the screen and we'll talk it over. But I'm really encouraging you to try to get this done on your own first. It's very important that you try to work through this on your own. We cannot Zoom every day because I have 160 students and I will never be able to meet with all of you guys. So do your very best to work through it on your own, or try to resolve it through email or text. And if you're really struggling, let's use Zoom for that. I'm happy to. I kind of like it, and then we'll go from there. All right, I think that's everything. This went for a while. It went a little bit longer. I was going to shoot for 20 minutes. This went 30. You can, rewatch this if you like, but this should get you started. So watch this. After you've watched this video, try to find the email from me that has the calendar on it, and try to start going through it. Once you start working your way through, I think you'll see how easy it is. And who knows? We may have to do something entirely different, but I don't think so. By the way, there's going to be a few other things in here besides just these tutorials. There may be study island tests. There, who knows what else may be in here. But just do it step by step. I promise you, each day will not be tons busy, and eventually you'll get a kind of a flow going here, and you'll see this is not going to be anything at all. All right, good to see you guys, and we will talk to you. Look for another video from me Sunday night, August 23rd, or Monday morning, August 24th. Take care.